Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, Welcome to my show. My show now. My channel. I'm now calling. It was Accounting for Real, but I changed it to the Cheryle Hubbard Show, where I will be excuse me, I will be having interviews on various topics. And Sometimes I would just I'd just be sitting. Be sitting here just talk about some subjects that interest me. So today I want to talk about, since it's Valentine's Day, I want to talk about relationships. I have relationships. Let me get my glasses real quick. My topic, so I can give you the whole topic. It's relationships, Valentine. No, relationships, love, breaking up. Relationships, love, and breaking up. Okay, that's gonna be the topic. Relationships, love, and breaking up. So first, uh, what I want to say about relationships is relationships are good to have, but it I guess you have to be upfront with your partner. In other words, I don't know. Sometimes people start out as partners, giving each other labels and everything. Like in other words, you my boyfriend, you my girlfriend, you my blah blah blah. But that's good. But I think that those type of things should be discussed. In other words, in the beginning of a relationship, you should, talk about what, the plans, what plans you have for each other. So in other words, from noodles I have today. As usual, I have my hood cottage cheese. This is made with peaches. That's very good, and some Sprite. So I'm not a relationship expert, but I just want to talk about this topic today, and various topics I will be discussing on my show, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. And so first and foremost, you want to get to know the person. So my thought is, why not have a friendship starting out in the beginning? In other words, you start out as a friend. You say, and you give yourself about 6 months, or at least five. I would say 5 or 6 months, but I'm gonna go with 6 months. Give yourself 6 months. That way, you have time to date. You have time to see, are you really interested in this person? You have time to explore the uh, character of this person, the personality, whether they're morally or ethically sound. And in 6 months' time, you don't have to put no label on it. Just be friends for 6 months. And depending on what type of friends you want to be, but at least in that 6 month time, it'll give you a chance to get to know that person, because you might realize and come to a conclusion that, hey, I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to carry it no further. So why not do it a better way? Why not a better way to start the friendship out with just saying, hey, we friends. Let's just be friends. We can date. We can be friends. That way you can get to know one another. You can meet the family. First of all, you want to get to know that person and what type of person they are. Because sometimes when you be with a person for a while, when you put a label on it too fast and say, oh, that's my boyfriend or that's my girlfriend, and then you come to a realization, hey, I found out I don't even want to be with this person. So it's best not to put a label on your friendship in the beginning. That way you can sit down, you can talk, you can go out, you can date, and you can really get to know one another. You can say, because sometimes people's true colors show after a certain amount of time. And not only that, they could be a nice person, but you can still realize within that 6 months time that, hey, you know what? I don't want to carry this relationship no further. This friendship, I don't want to make this person my girlfriend. I don't want to make this person my boyfriend. So to me, I think that would be a great way to go. I know Steve Harvey. He says he has this little. He wrote a book And in his book, I guess he explained how you should, couples should go through the 90-day rule. So the 90-day rule is cool, but my opinion, I think it should be longer than that. I think it should be 6 months. I think you should, remain friends. Be friends for 6 months. That way you can tell each other, what do you want? What do you expect from me? And I'm gonna let you know what I expect from you. Some people don't want to be in a relationship. They just say, uh, well, you know what? Let's go out. Let's date. Let's be friends, and then we take it from there. Now, sometimes you can be in a friendship. You can start out as a friendship and say, hey, I don't want no relationship. Then you can change your mind. You might change your mind and say, hey, you know what? I decided I want to be in a relationship. So sometimes it go like that. hmm Or sometimes, like I said, and then another thing, that's one way you can do it. Start out as a friend. Start out with a friendship. That way, along the way, within that 6 months time, you're getting to know each other. You're going out, you're dating. You see how each other, you can see how that person is, and they can see how you are. And in other words, you're going out with somebody, and you're getting to know them. You're getting to know a whole lot about them. Well, that's in that time, you can find out. You can find out whether they how are they with their money, how do they treat other people, and you can find out um, going out. When you're going out doing things together, then you can also find out different things about their personality, their character, their ethical and moral principles. Whether you go out with somebody, you dating somebody, but you hadn't made him your boyfriend yet, or you hadn't made her your girlfriend yet, but you find out that when you're eating dinner, she burps a lot. You find out when you're eating dinner and you're going out to dinner, she burps a lot, and then or you find out that when you are friends and you're going out with this gentleman all the time. Every time you go out, he farting at the table. He farting at the table, or just an example to say those faults may come out. That's why I say 6 months is a good time. That way you can learn a lot about that person. Then you can decide. Decide. I can't even talk. Then you can decide whether or not you want to make that person your boyfriend. And then, so first of all, you have to agree. You have to agree once so communicating, sitting down, talking, finding out about one another, what each other wants. And hey, are you looking for a relationship? Whatever you want to talk about. So I would think that it would be best to start out with a friendship. So I start out with a friendship, just see where where the relationship, you know, how far it's gonna go. Because you might decide, both of you might decide, hey, you know what, we're not compatible. There's no way in the world we should come up and say we boyfriend and girlfriend. There's no way because we're not compatible. And then you know the man might say, hey, you know what, I come to a realization I don't want to make you my lady, and the lady could say the same thing. I come to a conclusion I don't want to make you my man, or then you may come to a conclusion that hey, after 6 months time, hey, we want to be together. We want to put our label on our relationship and say we boyfriend and girlfriend. We want to be exclusive. We don't want to date no one else. So that's the first thing. And so then, what if you decide that you want to be exclusive and you want to date? I still got my TV on over there. So what if you decide to be exclusive and you want to date? So if you are exclusive and you want to date, then what happens when even after the 6 months? What if you decide you've been together, hey, say for instance, after 6 months you decided you want to be exclusive, you want to call each other boyfriend, girlfriend, but you had to find that out because you had to learn. But sometimes it takes longer than 6 months to get to know a person. So what if after you've been dating for 2 years, then you decide you want to, one or the other wants to break up? What if you decide, hmm Or what if you decide after 6 months that you want to break up? Now, some people scared to break up sometimes. Um, I heard the tale. I heard the tale of tales that says sometimes people be breaking up with text through text messages and emails and all that. But I'm like, if you want to break up, I'm like, my opinion, just be honest with that person. Tell them, you don't think this relationship is going any further, and you want to end things. So that is the way that things should be done. hmm Um, um, yeah. So sometimes people they feel they want to, some people scared to break up, but they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But so that is a way. So like I say, become friends in the beginning. That way you get to know a person. I would call it the 6 month rule. Cause Steve Harvey has his 90-day rule. I have a 6 month rule that I'm saying that would be good. That way, like I said, you'll be able to observe a person, learn all you need to know about that person. Even though sometimes people change, you can be dating a person for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. People change all the time, but you almost pretty much know. Sometimes you know whether or not you want to be with that person. It don't take that long. It don't take that long for you to figure out about that person. That's why I say the person's character, personality, how they treat people, how they treat their mother, how they treat you, how they treat their kids, how they treat your kids. How are they with money? In other words, when you're going out on a date, do they pick up the tab? There's a lot of things you might want to know about your mate before you even make them your mate or make her your mate. Because what if you go out to dinner and then they say, and you always picking up the tab and they don't even offer, you know what you're working with right there. You're like, what do you think? What do you think that person is going to do once you decide to give them a label and say that's my boyfriend or that's my girlfriend? When you see clearly that when you're dating or the friendship, y'all friends and y'all dating, and then you realize you didn't realize, but you saw that hey, yeah, that person don't even offer to pick up the tab, don't even hold the chair for the person, don't have no manners. They burping at the table every time we go out to dinner. They passing gas, or they fussing with the waiter, and a lot of signs. But then sometimes things can be going good. So in other words, relationships are risky, one way or the other. You can have uh, even with my 6 month rule, you can be courting somebody for 6 months and then decide you want to be, you both want to be with each other. And then you can be together for 2 years and things can change. And then that one person can come and say, well, I decided I don't want to be with you no more. But you already made that person your mate, your man or your woman, your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And then, but sometimes things turn out for the better. And you might say, hey, follow my 6 month rule. I started a friendship. I did everything the right way and started a friendship. We dated and we courted for 6 months, and we found out about each other. We asked questions to each other for open-ended responses, and then everything worked out okay. But sometimes relationships don't work out okay. Sometimes people can come to you one day and say, hey, I don't want to be with you no more, or the woman might come say, hey, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more. The man can come and do the same thing. So, um, um, not saying that I'm an expert on this relationship. Not saying that I'm an expert on no relationship, but um, I do think that I have experience with relationships. So, me and my husband was married for 13 years, and we started out as friends. And we took a long time before we got married. Well, we got to know one another for a long time. We was together 20 years before we even got married. So once we got married, we was married. Um, 13 years. And so, that's why I say, that friendship is very important to, instead of just saying you meet somebody, you like somebody, then jumping into, oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. I mean, sometimes nothing wrong with jumping in and labeling your relationship in the beginning, but I think it's important to get to know that person. That way you can know, each of you can know exactly what you want, and if you want, the relationship to move forward. But sometimes people don't have the same ideas. That's why it's good to talk in the beginning of a relationship. It's good to talk about what you want, let him know what you want, and he is supposed to let you know what he wants. So when you are out, do they pick up, or I say this, when you out, do they pick up the tab, or do they even offer to pick up the tab? Excuse me. This Sprite makes you burp. And how do they interact with your family? Like I said, the personality, and also there's some people, you know, they want to find out about your credit. In other words, do you have any student loans? What type of credit do you have? What kind of car do you drive? You have a job? You have your own place? But a lot of times, those things are important too, uh, as well as the inner the inner workings of a person's. I guess I would say the inner workings of your mind, body, and soul. So in other words, don't just look and see on the outside, and don't just be worried about, hey, whether the person has a job. I mean, those are good things too. You have a career, you have a plan, you have a strategy, you have your own money, you have your own car, you have your place to stay. But at the same time, is this person is this person kind? Is this person gentle? Is this person uh, treating you with respect, love, and the inner workings of a person's mind, body, and soul? So in other words, we worry about, oh yeah, I want to make sure this person got a car, they got their own place, they got a house, but we want to make sure they are kind-hearted people, people that's going to treat you with respect, a person that will treat you with respect, uh, be considerate, considerate of you and others. So a lot of times we don't think about. Uh, so those are the things. These are some of the things that I'm talking about when I say date the person for 6 months. That way you'll be able to get to know that person. You can ask questions. Hey, what are your plans for the future? Then while you're dating for those 6 months, you'll be able to know and tell uh, everything. What they say. They always say. Action speaks louder than words. So in other words, if they show you in their actions how they're going to treat you, then you can pretty much figure 9 times out of 10 that's a good person. And you see that when you dating, and you dating for, say for instance, you dating for 2 3 months, 4 5, and you get into the 6 month mark of my 6 month dating rule, and you near that 6 month dating rule uh, guideline ending point, and you see, hey, this person is very nice, generous. Uh, I took him around. I took her around my family. I took him around my family, and my family. He get along with my family. He talks respectful, and when we go out, he's respectful of me and other people, and I mean, you can observe. You're observing each other in that period of time. That's basically your observation period, the 6 month observation period. So let's say, hey, you got a 6 month observation, friendship, relationship. So that way you can see what road both of you want to take. Do you want to be with each other, or you don't want to? That way, if you don't put no label on the friendship in the beginning, you don't have to worry about saying, oh, you ain't got to worry about breaking up with nobody because you ain't even started nothing. So you be. So you be like, that way you ain't gotta worry about saying, hey, I want to break up with this person, because that's not if you didn't put no label on that relationship, then you don't have to worry about saying, oh, I gotta break up with my boyfriend. I gotta break up with my girlfriend. See, I guess, but after the 6 month period, if you say, hey, then if you want to break up at least you know within your own heart of hearts that you gave it some time and you didn't rush into it. So so at least you can feel good about yourself in that way. You can say, well, within my heart of hearts, at least I gave it some time. I just didn't jump because sometimes in relationships um we tend to want to put a label on our relationships in the beginning. And I also have my yogurt smoothie, and this is mhm, it's made with real fruit. So I like to put it in my little glass right here. And see, so when we put if we don't put a label on a relationship, mhm, if we don't put a label on a relationship in the beginning, we don't have to worry about breaking up. But but after that 6 month, I guess I would call it a probation period. It could be a 6 month probation period, but some people might feel, 6 months kind of long. I said, no, not really. 6 months is not really long because it takes some time, a lifetime to get to know a person. Yeah, because sometimes, people change as they get older. As we get older, we change. So in other words, you in your 20s, you're not gonna be the same person in your 30s. You might change over to a new person in your 40s. Then you become someone else in your 50s. Then next thing you know, you're in your 60s. So um, you change, but that don't mean that your love for that person has to change. So that's my opinion on this relationship. So this is my first topic for my show, my new show, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. So I will be having other topics, and I do some, do my research and find out what other topics I want to talk about. I will be interviewing other people on various topics, and the weather warm up. I want to get outside and do some of my YouTube recording for my show, on the outside. I will be interviewing various people on various topics so I can get we can get their take on things and how they feel, their opinions. But so this is my first show on relationship, love, and breakups. hmm And so as I said, the 6 month uh, probation period, that rule. And like I said, some people might say, like Steve Harvey, his rule is a 90-day rule. So, but he has a pretty good book, So I wouldn't mind doing me a book too on relationships. But so like I said, you get to know that person. But sometimes when you see a person, a lot of times, sometimes it's love at first sight. Sometimes, and a lot of times in relationships, we don't take the time to get to know the person. Sometimes we look and we see what we like. In other words, you see somebody, you like somebody, and then you're like, oh, I want to, get with that person. I want to make that person my girlfriend or my boyfriend. But sometimes it's best to get to know that person. At least go somewhere and sit down and talk, and if whether you want to follow Steve Harvey's 30-day rule or my 6 month rule. Oh, excuse me. whatever you want to follow, Steve Harvey's, I think it's a 90-day rule. I think his was a 90-day rule, and I'm coming up with the 6-month rule. So I figure the 6-month rule gives you more time. It gives you more time. Each one of you could know what you want. It's just like coming out of high school. When you come out of high school, you don't really know what you want to do. You might say, hey, because a lot of times, when you go to college, they tell you, I think it's a form you fill out that you can take some courses, but you might not declare your major in the beginning. 'Cause I know when I started UDC, I didn't declare my major in the beginning. So in other words, it takes a little time. You can take a little time. So what I did, I took some, I think some prerequisite courses, and then I took some other courses. But I mean, you don't want to waste too much money. You want to hurry up, declare major, so you can start taking courses pertaining to your major. But they do let you do that. You can take some courses and you don't have to declare a major, but I guess they give you a certain amount of time. hmm So that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about relationships. Make it a friendship. Start out as a friendship, and then that friendship, then you build on it. You build on a friendship just like you build on a regular relationship. Let's build on this friendship because in the beginning, you can say let's build on this friendship because I think we had something here. I think we both know we want to be together. Let's build on it. hmm Let's build on this friendship. But let's start out as a friendship. That way, let's get to know one another. Let's ask questions. What do you want? What are your plans for the future? What do what are your aspirations in life? So many things you need to find out about that person. Sometimes you get with a person and find out they got a husband in the background, or you get with a man, find out he got a wife somewhere. So it's best to take your time. That way you can find out these things. Because I know I was looking at YouTube channel, and one of the young ladies was talking about guy she was dating, and she was gonna move out of town with him, and she was gonna move to Houston with him, and then come to find out he had a wife, and she found out that he had a wife, and then so things went all downhill, and then I think she was dating somebody else one time. She said, and he was dating three women. He was dating three women at the same time. He was dating her. So she found out. So that was a breakup right there. See, so I'm saying that's why I'm saying that it's best to find out about that person. Then also you talk about security, as far as making sure that you're practicing safe sex and all that type of thing, and find out because you have to make sure people. A lot of times nowadays people don't even ask, hey, have you been HIV tested? You want to make sure you jumping into a relationship with somebody, even if you're into a friendship. That's why I say it's not good to just say, hey, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. Find out about that person. Do you have a medical plan? You go to the doctor on a regular? Yeah, those are the things that you need to ask too. And then at the same time, while you're observing the type of person that they are they nice to people? Are they kind to people? Do they treat you with respect? Do they treat your friends? How do they carry themselves? So I figure the 6-month period is your observation period. That way, it don't take that long to know whether or not you want to be with that person, and that person should know whether or not they want to be with you. So, like I said, then you have to practice safe sex, and all that comes in the hand in the play with dating. Sometimes in relationships, when people start relationships, they don't tend to ask those type of questions. But nowadays, it's just so much happening, and then you want to also shoot. You almost got to do a background check on people because sometimes people come with criminal records and all kind of stuff, man. People got criminal records, they don't tell you. People got 4 or 5 kids and a wife on the side. So, I mean, it goes both ways. So I'm not saying women may do the same thing, men, I'm not trying to point no fingers, but I'm just saying, take the time to get to know a person. And that is very important. Get to know a person. So in other words, if they say, hey, you know, if they say, hey, I want to do a background check on you, you can say the same thing. Why not? Do a background check on each other, and then, hey, go get tested. Make sure you get your physicals, practice safe sex, and all that comes within. Uh, that all that comes into play with dating. hmm Because I know I was looking at the YouTube channel too. I always explore on YouTube all the time, and I saw where this lady said this gentleman guy had gave her AIDS. Yeah, he gave her AIDS, and she said on a YouTube channel that he was born with AIDS, but I guess he didn't never tell her, and so I guess he gave it to her, and she had a kid by him. So it's just so many things to think about when you're dating, to not to jump into, uh, not to jump into that. So I figure if you're 21 and up, you can make your own decisions, but still, even young folks, young about 21 and up. I'm a little older, but everybody still has to be careful. And so when I was married, I got to know my husband, and we hit it off very nicely, and dated for a long time, got to know one another, and then the rest was history. And that way, I got to know the type of person that he was, and how he treated me and everything. So he was a very nice person, treated me very well, very well. And see, then when you're dating some people, I mean, do they volunteer to say, hey, honey, uh, take this money right here, go shopping, get yourself something, pay some bills, or put this money on your car note. Not that you expected nobody to just give you a handout, but at least a generous offer that gives you insight on the type of person that you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody that don't never offer nothing, and they'll never offer you nothing. That's not right. I know some people go into a relationship, and they go into a relationship worry about how much that other person is making. If you really like that person, don't worry about how much they're making. You work things out together. You talk about your finances. Cause what if you making uh just say you making a few million. You bringing in a few million a year, and they only making a couple hundred thousand a year. You're not gonna date them because they're only making 200,000 a year. You making 3 or 4 million a year. No, it shouldn't be that way. If you really like that person, then you may be able to help that person move up. hmm Hey, for instance, like I said, you making 5 million, 3 million, or some millions, and they just making it in 100,000 bracket. Some people might really feel like, oh, I don't want to date that person because I'm a millionaire, and they not. But sometimes, a lot of times, just because you date somebody that has millions, that don't mean it's gonna work out. See, it's internally that we have to worry about. Does that person have a good heart? How are they internally? Are they considerate? Are they loving? Are they kind? What is their character? Do they treat you with respect and love? Do they treat their mother and their family, their friends? So how are they going to treat you is what you're worried about. Because sometimes, like I said, people make billions and millions. They still can be, they can still be harsh to you. You don't know how you want to be treated. So that's why I say that 6 month period is the way to go. So in other words, if you want to do the 3 month, the 90-day rule, or you want to do the 6 month. hmm So these things are so good. Like I said on my previous video, I'm ready to write to the company and see if they can make these things by the gallon. I haven't seen them by the gallon, but they are so good, and it has 16 grams of fat, but it doesn't even taste real sweet. It's just sweet enough for me. It's not real sweet. And this is strawberries right here. This is wild strawberry. Mm. real fruit, wild strawberries. So and this is my hood. I don't even think I want this right now. I'm full. I might eat this later. hmm So I'll finish that and finish my noodles. And I think I'll just put this back in the fridge. hmm But so this is my first uh topic from my show, my new show, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. I will be doing more interviews. I want to interview different people, male, female. I want to interview on different topics so we can see how they think, their opinions on things. So that's what I want to do. Get another perspective basically. Besides my perspective, I'm giving you my perspective here today on the Cheryle Hubbard Show, and I'm giving you my perspective on how I feel about relationships, friendships, relationships, and breakups. Excuse me. Uh huh. Yep. So these are my opinions. So I will be getting other people's opinions. So I think that's all for today. That I want to talk about for our relationships. Um, and I want to say today is Valentine's Day. Uh, yep. So right, my main question for today's topic was why couples should wait to put a label on their relationship. So in other words, that was the topic, but I'm about to sum it up. And so in other words, they should wait because it's a little chilly. Because why is it so important? Why is it so important to put that label on that relationship? It's not. The that's not the most important. So a lot of times, uh, people feel that it's important to put a label on that relationship because they probably figure, oh, I don't want this one to get away. But the really important thing when it comes to dealing with relationships is how that person treats you, how you treat that person, and how that person treats you. That should be the most important. So that should be the most important, how that person treats you, how you treat that person. So they will be observing you, and at the same time you are observing them. So they're looking at everything about you. People look at you from head to toe, your hair, your eyes, your mouth, your ears, your skin, all the way from head to toe. You know how you dress, how you keep yourself clean, whether you're dating somebody, and then they yeah, you realize you saw them and you decide they asked you for a date and you decide to go out and y'all get to talking, but you find out that they got some dirty tennis shoes on. What are you gonna think about that? You like, what, really? So those things like, man, I mean, you'll be observing everything when you see a person. You observe how they walk, how they talk, mannerisms. You know, it's a good thing to say, hey, oh, this person makes a big time money. They got a car, they got a job, they have their own house and all that. They're respectful to their mother, but how are they treating you? That's what you want to observe for some time. How are they treating you? And that is important because no money, you can't put a value on how a person going to treat you. A person can be making $10 billion and be the nastiest person to you in the world, and you are like, oh, you're not going to overlook that. Not going to overlook that. So I mean, it goes both ways. So so I think I want to end on this topic. Um, YouTubers, I'm gonna end on this topic today, and we'll talk a little bit about business. Because I think I got about good uh 10 more minutes, maybe 20 more minutes. So I want to end on this note as far as relationships. So this is just my first topic. So I'll think about what other topics I want to talk about, and I won't be doing these. I won't be doing interviews. I mean, I won't be picking these different topics every day. I won't be doing it every day. So maybe I'll be doing, sitting here talking about a topic like this, probably like maybe 3 days a week. But other days I might be talking about business, accounting. I'm still gonna be talking about accounting and business, business, law. Because I have given some lectures on accounting, business, and law. But these topics for the Cheryle Hubbard Show, I'll probably have different topics, maybe about 3 days a week. But I'll see. I'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna do them all, all five, or I definitely would not be doing them every time I make a video. Sometimes I'll still be getting in the kitchen, doing some recipes, my cooking segment. So that's gonna be part of the show too. So in other words, I might have a topic, like today's topic is the relationship topic, breakups, love, relationships, and breakups. So that's one topic, and then I also will have the topics, probably a cooking segment, and then I probably have my reading segment where I go into my one of my college books. And so I'm trying to bring information to you that some information to you that you may not know about, and some things I might be learning too that I might just want to share with my YouTube audience. So that's what I'll be doing, and so that's the relationship topic. So I want to jump into my other topic that I usually talk about, which is business. So well, I just want to say, when you're running a business, and what if you're running say for instance, you running a dating business. It could be any business. You running a dating business. You need to put money in your business bank account. You might say, hey, let me start out. I think I got some money. I mean, I don't think, but I know I have about $10 million saved up, and I want to put 10 million in my business bank account. I know I want to put 5 million of that. Ooh, my legs itching. I want to put 5 million of that in my business bank account. So I want to debit my cash account, credit my owner's equity account. So that would be my business. Then I might need some supplies. So I might need to buy some supplies. So I want to credit my cash. Say for instance, I need $20,000 worth of supplies. So I want to I need the supplies. So that's the supplies is an asset. So I want to debit my supplies 20,000 and credit cash because it's coming out of the cash account. So I'm gaining an asset which is supplies. So I want to debit supplies 20,000 and credit cash 20,000. So it's coming out of my cash account. Also, if you I guess it'd just be two, but it also could come out my withdrawals account. I could debit my withdrawals account 20,000, but I think I just used two, which would be supplies, debit supplies, which is an asset. So you debit supplies for increase 20,000, and credit cash, the cash account 20,000 for decrease, because it's decreasing the cash. It's decreasing an asset because you taking money out your cash account. So and so when it comes time to do the accounting books, you had an accounting department. They have to make sure your income statements, your balance sheets, your statement of owner's equity, all those statements are intact, accurate, reliable, because those type of documents are the documents that are needed to make decisions. In other words, you're making decisions. You need to make decisions. You have vital decisions that you have to make within your company. You have your you have your in other words, your managerial accounting. You have managerial accounting, which is internally that manages information that managers need to make their decisions within the organization. Then your financial accounting information that outside decision makers, they need that information to make their decisions. Auditors, SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. or we have our banks, our credit unions, or whoever, outsiders, creditors. Those are the creditors. So we have to make those decisions. Information is powerful. Knowledge is powerful. So without the proper information, you can't make those decisions. You can't make a decision on whether or not to, in other words, you want to, say for instance, you run a business, you want to purchase two, three more buildings to operate your business out of. You can't make a decision to purchase those three business buildings if you don't know how much money you have in your cash account, or you don't know your assets, the total amount of your assets. Revenues minus expenses, that gives you your net income. And then you have your assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So those that's the balance sheet. So that you need to look at that balance sheet to get the total of your assets. So once you minus off your assets, once you match your assets with your, take your liabilities plus your owner's equity. When you add your liabilities and your owner's equity together, they're supposed to equal up to your assets. So when you get those totals, then that is the way that you will be able to determine whether or not you'll be able to go ahead and purchase these other buildings. You need these buildings because you want to operate some more, another part of your business out of those business buildings. So you won't know that without the accounting information. So that's why I say information is powerful, knowledge is powerful. So that is very important. And then running a business, you have your business name, you have your license, your niche, your target market. Who are you going to target? And then who are you going to target, and where are you going to target your customers? Social media, email marketing, TV, billboard ads, door to door. They don't do too much door to door sales now because so much happening now, but everything is based on social media now. Everything's based on social media marketing now. So yeah, everything's based on social media marketing because you can actually reach more people that way because social media is global, international, uh, global, international. But the thing is, people can see your business, but will they actually order? So it's all about marketing, advertising, and promoting. So you can have a nice product, and and everything can be, presented in nice packaging, and it's all about building your brand. You have to build your brand. People have to trust you because you can have some companies out there, out here may be unethical, some may be ethical. So it's customers have to build. You have to build your trust. Customers have to want to trust you. They have to want to trust you, and you have to find ways to make them trust you. So I can just imagine how long Target, Walmart, Kmart, Apple, and all them big companies. I can just imagine how long they've been in business. They earned the trust. They earn the trust because when they make a product, the product stands up to their name. And every product they make, customers have been satisfied. I haven't seen too many people that's not satisfied with Target, Walmart, Kmart, and Apple, HP, Hewlett Packard, and then you have different brands like Safeway and Giant Food. It's just so many different stores. Some stores have closed down. I know Shoppers Food Warehouse is about to close. They've been in business for a long time too. Sometimes you can be in business. And I think Toys R Us went out of business too, but I think they are trying to regenerate and boost themselves back up. But I think they closed down all their stores, and some companies have been out there, and then now I've seen on the news some restaurants closing down. One lady, I forgot the name of their business, but they've been in business about 30 years, and they closing their doors. Some people, and then even some businesses over on H Street Northeast. Some of them had to close down their business too. Sometimes their landlord may go up in their rent, or they may go up in the rent, and then be, they may not feel that they are able to do business in that area anymore. So that's how I go. But class, I mean not class, but YouTubers. I don't know. I always say class because I'm so used to my county for real name, but I changed it over now to the Cheryle Hubbard Show, where I will be presenting various topics. I'm trying to bring you all some great topics, things that you can learn something from. Not no raunchy topics. The topic today was just relationships, love, and breakups. So we all go through them, and we all have been through them, and that's just a way of life. So I don't want to talk about no kind of raunchy topics, none of that stuff. It's good topics, and it's something that we all can learn from. College, education. Why should we go to college? What can we do after college? Different things. Marriage. Talking about positive topics. So, but I want to end on this note today, class. And I want to say thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you back here, same place, same time. The Cheryle Hubbard Show. I'm up on 51 minutes, and I don't want to make the video too long, but I want to say thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you back here again, same place, same time. Cheryle Hubbard Show. If you can subscribe below and give me some topics that you might want to see me talk about, or I do want to do some interviews, probably maybe the next day or so. I'm trying to start interviewing other people, and I do want to do some roundtable talk too on my show. So look for that. That's coming. Roundtable talk. It might be all women one day. It might be men and women. It might be all men, or we'll see. But I had to set up my area for that. So, and I want to find out how long I can shoot my video, and so that's what I want to do. But so look for it. I have some interesting topics coming, some round table talk. I know Jada Pickett has her red table talk, but mine's going to be round table talk. Round table talk from the Cheryle Hubbard Show. So thanks for joining me today, audience, YouTubers, and I hope to see you back here again, same place, same time, same channel, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. And I went on some of my videos and I changed my name of my show to the Cheryle Hubbard Show, and take off the accounting for real. But I'm still an accounting for real person. So you can still look at me as the accounting for real person, because I still will be doing some accounting tutorials on my channel. But it's the Cheryle Hubbard Show now, so I want to make it like I have my own show. I want various topics that can educate, enlighten, empower. That's what I want to do. I want to get your interest. I want to enlighten you, empower you, inspire you to do good in life. Yep. So as I said, I am a alumni of Strayer University, and that was one of the best decisions I made in my life. That was one of the best decisions. Marrying my husband. That was another good decision. Having a family, raising my family, my husband and I, and my kids right here in Washington, D.C. Those are the best things that I ever did in my life. So, and I just want to talk about things, some things, interesting things, positive things, So I like to hear positive stuff. I don't want to hear nothing negative. So I want to say thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you all back here again, same place, same time, same channel, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. And I want to say you all have a good one and enjoy your weekend, because this is Friday, Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2020. And Monday, I believe Monday is President's Day. So you all have a good one and enjoy your weekend. And come back to see me. Subscribe below, comment below. Give me some topics, please. Give me some topics that you might want to hear me talk about, So, like I say, round table talk is coming soon. So, you all take care.